Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-diving into a topic that I know a lot of you are interested in: how to learn faster and more effectively. Whether you're a student, a professional learning a new skill, or just someone who loves acquiring knowledge, these tips are going to revolutionize the way you study. We're talking about scientifically backed methods that will help you absorb information like a sponge and actually remember it long term. So grab a notebook and let's get started on upgrading your brain power. First up, let's talk about time. Have you ever heard of Parkinson's Law? It states that work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion. If you give yourself an entire day to read one chapter, it'll somehow take you the whole day. But what if you only gave yourself 20 minutes? This is where the magic happens. By setting super short, intense study intervals, you force your brain to focus. Before you start, define a crystal clear goal. For example, instead of just saying I'll study history, be specific. In the next 20 minutes, I will learn the 3 main causes of the French Revolution. This creates a sense of urgency and laser focus. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish when the clock is ticking. You're essentially tricking your brain into a state of high efficiency. No more mindless page flipping for hours on end. Just short, powerful bursts of focused learning. Next, we need to apply the 80-20th rule, also known as the Pareto principle. This principle suggests that in many situations, roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. How does this apply to learning? Well, it means that about 20% of the material you restudying will give you 80% of the core knowledge you need. The key is to identify that critical 20%. Before you dive into a textbook or a course, take a moment to skim the contents. Look for chapter summaries, key terms, and highlighted concepts. Ask yourself, what are the fundamental ideas here? What's the most important information that everything else builds upon? By focusing your initial energy on this vital 20%, you build a strong foundation of understanding. This is so much more effective than trying to memorize every single word from page 1. It's about being strategic, not just diligent. Work smarter, not harder. You can always go back and fill in the details later, but mastering the core concepts first will accelerate your learning curve exponentially. Now let's combine time and focus with a structured method. Many people are familiar with techniques like the Pomodoro method, which is fantastic. The core idea is to create a rhythm of focused work and short breaks. For example, you could set a timer for 30 minutes of intense, uninterrupted study. During this time, your phone is off, notifications are silenced, and your only task is to learn. When the timer goes off, you must stop. Then you take a mandatory 5-minute break. This isn't a break to check social media. It's a break to truly disengage. Get up, stretch, walk around, grab a glass of water. The short rest allows your brain to relax and begin consolidating what you just learned. After the 5 minutes, you jump right back into another 30-minute session. This cycle creates a powerful sense of urgency and helps you maintain high levels of concentration. It prevents burnout and transforms learning from a passive, draining activity into an active, engaging one. The breaks are just as important as the study sessions, so don't skip them. Okay, so you've studied the material. Now how do you know if you really understand it? This is where the Feynman technique comes in, and honestly, it's a game changer. It was named after Richard Feynman, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist known for his ability to explain complex ideas in simple terms. The technique has 4 simple steps. First, choose a concept you want to understand. Second, try to explain it to someone else in the simplest language possible. Imagine you're teaching it to a child. Use analogies and simple examples. If you don't have someone to teach, just talk out loud to yourself or write it down as if you were explaining it. Third, whenever you get stuck or use complicated jargon, that's where you've identified a gap in your understanding. Go back to your source material and study that specific part again until you can explain it simply. Fourth, refine and simplify your explanation. Repeat the process until you can explain the concept fluently and clearly without any confusing terms. This method forces you to move beyond surface-level memorization and achieve a deep, genuine understanding. Another powerful technique for making information stick is active recall. How many of us are guilty of simply rereading our notes over and over again? It feels productive, but research shows it's one of the least effective ways to study. This is called passive review. Active recall is the opposite. It involves actively retrieving information from your memory. After you study a topic, close the book, put away your notes. Then, try to recall everything you can. Write it down, say it out loud, or draw a mind map from memory. This process of self-testing is crucial. It might feel difficult at first because it forces your brain to work harder, but that difficulty is what strengthens the neural pathways associated with that memory. It's like lifting weights for your brain. Each time you successfully recall a piece of information, you're telling your brain, hey, this is important, keep this. Flashcards are a classic example of active recall. The key is to test yourself, identify what you don't know, and then focus your review on those specific weak points. Finally, we cannot ignore the foundations of learning: sleep and exercise. You can use all the fancy techniques in the world, but if you're sleep deprived, your brain simply won't be able to function at its best. During sleep, particularly deep sleep, your brain works to consolidate memories, moving information from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. It's like a librarian organizing and filing away all the books you read during the day. Aiming for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep is non-negotiable for effective learning. If you pull an all-nighter, you're essentially erasing much of the hard work you put in. And what about exercise? You don't need to run a marathon. Even a simple 10-minute walk can work wonders. Light exercise increases blood flow and oxygen to the brain, which can boost focus and cognitive function. Taking a short walk before a study session or during a break can help clear your head and prepare you for better learning. It reduces stress and releases endorphins, making the whole process more enjoyable and sustainable. So honor your body, and your brain will thank you. To wrap it all up, effective learning isn't about having a genius-level IQ or studying for 12 hours straight. It's about using smart strategies. Start by applying Parkinson's law with short 20-minute study bursts and clear goals. Use the 80-20th rule to identify and master the most critical information first. Implement a timed study method with breaks to maintain high energy and focus. Test your true understanding by explaining concepts in simple terms with the Feynman technique. Actively retrieve information from your memory using active recall instead of just passively rereading. And never forget the powerful role of adequate sleep and light exercise in cementing your knowledge. Start by incorporating just 1 or 2 of these techniques into your routine and see how it feels. You'll likely notice a difference almost immediately. Learning can and should be an exciting and rewarding process, not a chore. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found these tips helpful.
You did.
Please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on personal growth and productivity. Let me know in the comments which one of these techniques you're going to try first. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.